Hi, welcome back to my channel. Ellarie here. Yeah, no, I'm super late with this video. I actually just went to Sephora yesterday to get these. Better late than never. I'm sure there are a ton of reviews already out there, but I know there are, small lovely group of you who value my opinion, so here I am. I have not watched the reviews per usual, so I don't know what the general consensus is on this new Fenty concealer and powder. I did ask my homie at Sephora and he said he liked it. He thought it was great, so that's really all I have to go on. I'm not even sure if I got my correct shade, but basically this is going to be a wear test of this new Fenty, what is it, ProFilt'R? Yes, ProFilt'R concealer and powder in the shade Honey. I tried to get the shade that was closest to what I usually like to go for, but I don't know if it's just me, but I hate doing that in the store. That's the only thing about PR packages. Like, even though they give us way more than we need, I'm able to perfectly match, because for some reason in the store, it never looks like it does when I get home. I'm sure y'all know that as well, but this one seemed to be closest to what I normally go for, but now that I'm looking at the one that I actually use, it's actually much lighter, so I guess I'm just gonna have a dramatic highlight today. I got the shade 370. You guys know what this looks like by now. So this is my normal favorite concealer shade to go. It's just a shade lighter than my skin tone. And this is the Fenty one that I picked out. It's like a shade lighter than that. So I guess if I had to compare, the one I normally wear is kind of like an NC45. This is a Tarte Shape Tape in Deep. But some people always understand the shade better when you explain it in MAC terms, because MAC's been around since forever. So I will compare the shade I normally wear, about NC45, 48 in the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I'll compare the Fenty one that I'm going to try on that shade to like NC42, 43. Because I think they have individual numbers now, if I'm not mistaken. So they used to just go by fives, but now they got some intermediate numbers. Anyways, I'm just gonna get right to it. I already have my brows and foundation on, because this review is all about the concealer. So I'm gonna apply the concealer, give you some first thoughts on it, and then I'm gonna go handle my business, which I got a lot to do today. It's Friday, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get lots done. Plus, party later, so hopefully this holds up. I'm gonna just apply it like I normally do, straight from the wand. Some people like to apply with their fingers or warm it up in their hand first, but sometimes I don't be having time for all that. Since I don't know the drying time of this, I'm gonna blend it in right away as opposed to putting it in on the other side, because I don't know how fast this dries and I don't want it to set before I can work it in really well. So going right in with my beauty blender. And then since this is a little lighter than I like to go on an everyday basis, I'm gonna turn the beauty blender to the flat side where I put the foundation on and just kind of blur out those edges just so it blends a little bit better and not so dramatic. You gotta do this face to really make sure it's in there. You gotta stretch that face out and really get it in those lines. And then I just use whatever's left on the beauty blender to kind of go lightly underneath where my contour is gonna be and around my mouth. Then just repeat on the other side. I don't know why, but I always feel like if you slightly pull your skin a little bit when you're applying your concealers and blending in your powders, it just makes for a better blend, because, right here it's kind of like you're going on top of the skin as much as I'm beating it in, but I feel like I get in there better and faster when I just pull very so slightly. Extend the skin, even on my forehead. All right, looks like it's all worked in, looking like a pasty penne pasta. Now I'm gonna get the ProFilt'R Instant Retouch Setting Powder in the shade Honey. Wait, yeah, Honey. This was the closest one to the normal color of powder I used to set my concealer, which you guys know I use the Sacha Buttercup powder. This one is a little tanner as opposed to yellower. Let's shake it up so I can just show you. I love her little packaging. This is so chic. Très chic. Bravo. See, it's like, it's not as yellow, but it still has that hint of yellow, honey, like it's called. Which I like, because sometimes that's the sole purpose of me going over my face with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, because sometimes the Sacha is a little too yellow for me, no matter how much I work it in. and I like to mute out some of the yellow with a warmer powder. So we're gonna see how she does. I like to heavily apply the powder first to the designated areas. It has like a perfumey smell. I don't know if it's just me. It has an interesting smell to it. Not a bad one, but like a scented one, which I'm not used to. Oh my God, I think I sniffed some for real. Shit. Oh my God, it's gonna make me high? I don't know. I just snorted fucking setting powder. Didn't mean to do that. I was trying to smell it. Oh my goodness. Ooh, kids, don't try that at home. That was not a good idea. I feel very dumb. Anyways, this has like some type of scent that I can't put my finger on. Clearly can't really smell because I might die. But I'm not mad at the smell. Hopefully it doesn't break me out or anything like that. As you guys know, I don't like to let setting powder rest on my face. I just leave it there enough time for me to close the jar, and then I get my beauty blender and press it right on into my skin. As I've said for years now, I don't brush away the setting powder. I always press it into the skin with the beauty blender because I feel like it applies more evenly and it's worked into the skin a lot better to help prevent flashback. However, this takes a long time. Like, even though I might show you this for 10 seconds on video, I'm literally doing this for a good 15 minutes. Because I feel like the better it's worked in, just overall how well it's gonna look like throughout the day. You can always press it in, and then if there's any excess powder, use a brush. That's what I used to do to sweep away some of the excess. But sometimes that messes me up because the brush will be too harsh, like right after the powder, and it'll make like little dots. I can't really describe it, but I just feel like this works better for me. I mean, it's like a little massage, so it doesn't hurt to just do this for a long time. But if you got somewhere to go, if I had somewhere to go, I would use less powder because it takes less time to blend in less powder. But this mustache though, wow. Wow. Just don't understand why I would have to, like, we get periods, we give birth. We get cramps, we get stretch marks, and then you're just gonna throw in a mustache? Like, confused. Why? All right, I got that worked in. I'm working in some more, but I'm just gonna give you my first impressions before I finish the rest of my face and do the wear test. First impression is I like the consistency of it. It's not too thick and not too thin. It's like a nice creamy texture, which is awesome. It was very easy to blend out. Like, it didn't dry super fast or take too long to dry. It was kind of right in between. I wouldn't recommend putting the concealer in all your necessary spots and blending it out like people love to do on Instagram, because when I even did this side and had it on my nose, it took a little more work to blend out my forehead because it was already setting to dry. So I would definitely recommend working one area at a time, and the coverage seems to be like pretty great so far. Only thing that I'm going to check for now is like creasing and just the wear throughout the day. It's frigid outside, but the sun's out, so I'll be in and outdoors, and I'll be able to kind of get an idea on its longevity. But my first impression is it seems to be very consistent with along the lines of a very nice concealer and powder combo. I really like the color of the powder too, because it's like if I didn't want to put my mineralized skin finish over it, I wouldn't have to, because it's kind of the color that I end up with, because it's not super yellow like my normal powder. So not sure about that scent. I really couldn't investigate it too much. You saw what happened. But it does have a nice smell. I usually try not to put anything that, oh, it does say it has perfume fragrance in it. I mean, normally I can't use that type of stuff on my face. I can let you guys know how it works for me. Just be aware of it, that it does have that in there in case you have any allergies. Oh, and it also comes with this little lid for the inside of this, which I wish I would have known before I put all that powder in here. But that's nice to have, so you don't, consistently spill your powder. But yeah, I will check back in with you guys later. Hopefully I don't get too tipsy and I remember to come back and share with you guys my final review and wear test of this Fenty Pro Filter concealer and powder. Check in with you later. Okay, let's see what time it is. It is 7:52, not quite the end of the night. I'm actually about to go out. I know I look kind of blemished still. I haven't put my wig on. I gotta go pick my wig up. But about to go out. So I wanted to review before I go out because I might not make it back to you. My first impression of wearing this all day is that I really like it. I actually am feeling the lighter color. I probably, because I was thinking I might go darker if I did like it. But I haven't done a really light highlight in a long time. But all day I just kept checking myself out in the mirror like, she fancy, she fancy. Hey, gorgeous. So I think I will keep this color and maybe get the darker one in the summer when I get a little more tan, because I don't like to be that light when my skin is a little darker. It is also, I don't know if I was dry before I put this on, because I have been wearing makeup consistently, and usually when I wear makeup every single day consistently, my under eye area gets dry and I have to like treat it with eye patches and Hydro Boosts and serums and all that good stuff, because I put so much powder on my face. My under eye area dries out really easily. So I don't know if it's the concealer or just the fact that I haven't gave me that extra TLC with the Hydro Boost and rehydrating my under eye area, because I don't know, for me up close I feel like I am dry, but like I said, I think I was dry going into putting it on. So you just got to make sure you blot throughout the day and touch up with your powder, because concealer or no concealer, when I'm dry under my eyes with any type of concealer, even my favorites, the rest of my face, like my T-zone and cheek area, gets a little oily. So it's looking like I got two different textures going on, dry, dewy, oil. So you just gotta make sure you blot throughout the day, put some powder on so that you keep everything the same consistency, so you're not looking like a grease ball. But overall, I'm liking this and the powder, because I mean, they worked. I wore them together and I like the results together. The rest of my face has nothing to do with the foundation or concealer. I'm just oily because I just was like in the dryer getting clothes out and stuff like that. And I'm not even creasing that I can see. A++, creasing is my pet peeve when it comes to concealer. So the fact that I'm not creasing and I've had it on all day is enough for me to approve it. Shout out to Fenty for being consistent. One day I hope to do a full face of Fenty with the eyebrows and the bronzer and the mascara. I know they sitting on it. They coming with it. So I know that's coming soon. Anyways, let me know if there's anything else you guys want to review in the comments below. I am about to go enjoy my FILT'R Friday. Won't cuss for the children out there. Until next time, love you guys. Mwah.